Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to play Kayle mid lane and showing you exactly why she is so broken at the lower end of the ladder. So, if you've been looking at win rate lists for the last few months, you'll have seen Kayle is at the very top in most elos in gold and below. So she's usually sitting in the top 3 or the top 5 in that MMR range. The reason being, she's a champion that scales incredibly well. She has a weak laning phase. Let's not make any accusations that she's good in lane. She's very bad in the laning phase, but she scales very well and it's like a true 1v9 champion. Not a lot of other champions can do what she does. The rune page, we're taking on her, press the attack. You might think fleet footwork, but the problem is Kayle turns into a range champ at level 6 and fleet is worse on range champions. Absorb life, that's because we just want to survive, right? And yeah, we're playing against Yone here. So again, you know my rules at the lower end of the ladder. I'm not going to try to interact with the enemy laner too much. Looks like my jungler has already died, which is not great. Yone is going to push me in here. The most important skill that you really need to learn on Kayle early game is how to avoid losing a lot of health. Try to learn how to get CS and how to avoid losing health. If you can figure those out, you'll do very well on Kayle. Your goal is to get to level 6, right? So the way Kayle works, level 1 to 6, you're a melee minion. Level 6 to 11, you're a ranged minion. Level 11 to 16, you're an okay champion. And level 16 and above, you're a very strong champion. So you have to just reach those spikes as quickly as possible. So you'll notice I'm playing very far back and just getting my minions whenever possible. That's all I'm doing here. I'm not trying to trade with the Yone, not trying to do anything crazy. Against ranged champions, this is obviously way harder, and you would be starting Doran's shield to try to survive. But against melee champions, you can usually just kind of be a bit annoying. Very cool trick that you can do here is if you hold the wave, that makes it a lot harder for the enemy melee champion to interact with you. Because now I can play very close to my tower, which is going to make it very difficult for the Yone to harass me. And then we're just going to continue playing for CS here. I misclicked twice there. Oh, dear God. Oh, I do have W as well, is what I'm realizing here. I'm about to miss quite a few minions. Remember when I said don't miss minions? Yeah, I actually lied. Miss all the minions you can. I just played a game of Kayle, so I'm used to having range. So that's why I stepped in there. Bit of a mistake on my part. I want to continue holding the wave here because you can see how awkward it is for the Yone to try to do anything in the lane. Like, he can't really harass me because of how close the wave is to my tower. And in Kayle, when you're playing Kayle, it's important to understand in the laning phase, if you're even, you're winning. Yone is for sure running up to contest this red buff, and I am not gonna move to help. Why? Because I'm a level 3 Kayle. Hopefully my Graves makes it happen. If he doesn't, well, that sucks. Yone is bleeding a lot of resources here, which is all good with me. If he gets the kill, he gets the kill. If he doesn't get the kill, it's great for me. I'm gonna assume Yone is gonna continue playing this, in which case I think I'll shove out this wave and he will lose minions. I mean, I'm playing Kayle. Not a lot I can do to help you. You can ping me all you want, brother. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to come up and press E on him, maybe? That will do well, I think. Shove out the wave here and then take my base. Yone is going to come back and collect this wave. Not a lot I can do. He does get double buffs, which is a bit rough, I will admit. First item, Nashor's Tooth. You want to get as much ability power as possible. So if you can get a blasting one, then do that. I'm not going to teleport to mid lane. Why? Because the Yone is going to push out the wave anyway. Also, if you guys actually want to get better at the game, there's a link in the description to my site where you can input your email, and I'm going to be sending you some tips every once in a while from lessons that I have learned through thousands of hours of coaching and what actually works to improve at the game. So if you're interested in that, then check that out. I do have an XP disadvantage here as well, is what I'm realizing. Because I guess the Yone got the kill, right? So he got double buffs. Yone is going to try to trade with me here. Not a lot I can do. He will have to take his base eventually, which is when I'll come back in XP. You also play Qmax on Kayle mid. You might think, isn't Emax better? No, Qmax is required to be able to get wave clear. You need Qmax. Qmax allows you to start pushing the wave at level 5, level 6, which is going to mean that you don't have to interact with the enemy laner. Because understand, you're still a weak champion at level 6. You're not going to be winning a lot of the lanes. So you still want to play to scale. Gonna hold the wave here. Yone is probably going to base here, so I'll see if I can walk up and be a bit annoying. He steps all the way up here. I'm just going to hold the wave. I didn't auto that very well. That's okay. Yeah, the main skill is just play away from the Yone. What you can do is you can time your last hits with when the enemy laner has the last hit as well, if they're a ranged champion. And that will help you not get harassed as much. I have a game against Victor as well. If you guys want to see it, I will upload it, but it will not go on the main channel. It might go on a different channel. So let me know in the comments if you want to see that. I would be very down to upload it, because I already have it recorded. It was just a bit too much of a stomp to actually post. We'll hit level 6 here. Now we actually turn into a champion, kind of, or a ranged minion. Oh, I spaced that a bit poorly. And now I can start, like, potentially harassing the Yone quite heavily. And this is why you take press the attack, right? Because at this point, I would be having fleet footwork, which would give me considerably less healing because I'm now a ranged champion, right? So the way to play now is you can actually harass melee champions quite heavily. I don't know if you guys are aware, but, like, back in the day, Kayle mid lane, and when I say back in the day, I mean a few years ago, I think around season 11, Kayle mid lane was used as a counter to stuff like Sylas and Akali. Because she would just farm, she would scale very well, and at level 6, she could actually kind of like start harassing them. So yeah, the goal here is going to be push the waves and be as annoying to the Yone as possible. I could go for the plate here, but I think I'll just take my base because I'm low on mana. Wow, everyone is getting stomped this game. This is a very tough game for me to play, I think. Mostly because Veigar and Nasus are very annoying for me to deal with. But again, name of the game on Kayle, collect resources, get minions, get waves. That is what matters. Saving your teammates doesn't matter. Getting to level 16 as quickly as possible, getting to 2 items as quickly as possible, that's what matters. Taking objectives, not too important. It is important in the sense that taking objectives usually allows you to extend games, which means that you'll have a higher likelihood of hitting level 16. But like your main priority in the game is just getting to level 16. And if you're in a tough lane like this where the Yone is kind of ahead, what you will start doing is just start pushing the wave. So you want to just constantly auto-attack the wave and just push it out. This also means that the Yone isn't going to be able to go for any roams. He's just going to be sitting underneath the tower. And like I said earlier, he will farm minions. That's fine. Winning on Kayle is not stomping the enemy laner. Winning on Kayle is going even and getting your minions and getting to level 16. That is winning on Kayle. You don't, like, the metric of success on Kayle is not stomping lane. The metric of success on Kayle is... I might have to use my flash here, I guess. I did not see that there was a Lee Sin. I mean, I'm super down to play this, no? Can my Graves come? I think this guy is just dead. Have to walk into this so I don't get hit with the Q. He flashes. Maybe take my base here. I didn't see Yone's health bar. Is he basing? If Yone is basing, he's not. He's back to mid lane, so I will take my base here and then teleport to mid lane. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised that Lee Sin was here, if I'm honest. I did not expect Lee Sin there. I altered the Ezreal ult, which was very clean. Teleport back to mid lane here. This is why we saved the teleport, because now I can come back and actually collect this wave, and I'm not going to bleed any resources. So in instances where you push out the wave and you're not going to lose any minions, well, just save your teleport, right? I could hold the wave here, but I think just letting the Yone base is also fine. Could maybe walk up and try to be annoying to him. Holding the wave here is not a bad idea, because he does have his ult up, but the problem is we're doing grubs, so I'll hold 1 minion. So this trick... The reason for holding 1 minion is that's going to force the next enemy wave to come in a bit further, which means I can push it out quite safely, and it's going to make it annoying for the Yone to try to contest the push or do anything like that, right? You can see how close he has to walk, which gives me opportunity to harass him. You can see how annoying it is for him to play this because of how, like, where the wave is positioned. So you can use this trick to kind of hold the wave and get the wave on your side, which is going to make it harder for you to be beaten. But you still want to create a push, right? So you... That is why you would only keep 1 minion alive. If you wanted to just freeze it, you would keep all 3 minions alive here. Yone hasn't based yet, so the longer I can keep him stuck in lane, the better. So I'm just going to start pushing this. The reason being is he hasn't based yet, which means he doesn't have the tools to really punish me. And again, like I said, Kayle, metric of success, not winning lane. Just staying even in the lane. He's predicting my dodges now. Okay. Okay. Even if that hit, I was completely fine, by the way. He would have chunked me out and that would have been it. But I was not dead there. Like, I was very confident I would survive. My Q misses. I have to start thinking about a base now because of my mana situation. I have been using a lot of spells. So we can probably just push out the wave here. Stack my passive a bit. Slap the minions. Level 7, you can Q the backline minions and then auto them once and that will kill them. Can still be a little bit annoying to the Yone here. Need to not use my W. Why? Because I need to have enough mana on the next wave to push that out. Very important that I get the next wave. Why? Because that's going to give me Nashor's Tooth. Again, I'm not going to move up to help here because that's going to cost me resources in the 1v1. I don't think I'm going to be too useful here. Like, Nasus is up there anyway. Darius is dead. There's no way I'm going to do anything, realistically speaking. So I'll just stay mid lane, push the wave. I get my ult here. Lee Sin could come mid lane, so let's be slightly aware of that, I suppose. I'll just walk up and be a little bit annoying to this guy. Go for a ward on the bot side. I'm not going to try to harass him under tower or anything like that. I could try to threaten a kill. He is also running Ignite instead of Teleport. But my concern is Lee Sin could come mid lane here. And if I get kicked, it doesn't matter that I have ult. Like, if I get kicked, I'm dead. So we have to be slightly aware of that. Like, Lee Sin is most certainly looking for mid lane. Just look at how Yone is playing. So we'll just sit back and wait. No reason to get panicky. Like, we're in a good spot here. Let's not die randomly. Yone wants to push the wave out. He does not get the push. So he now has to stay in lane for longer. I mean, I'm happy in this spot. I can't impact the map, but Yone can't impact the map. And I can get minions. And I have pressure mid lane. Like, this is a massive win in my book. The longer I can keep this state going, the better. Looks like we're playing on the bot side, so I'm just going to push out the wave. No interest in using my Q here. I might as well just preserve mana. I'm already controlling the lane, so there's no reason for me to use my spells to generate the push. Could try to make his life a little bit miserable under the tower here. Seems pretty good to me. Walk back. I know I'm safe, so this is fine. Really? But I'm just fine. Very, very confusing to me. I had ult as well if needed. I'm just going to shove out this wave. Maybe even take a plate. Yone is in all likelihood basing here, but I think I can get a plate here. I'm not going to help with the Drake. I can't help with the Drake because I need to base. So I'm going to take this plate and then run down and base here. Base now, get my Nashor's Tooth, then probably pick up boots. If you get this Drake, it's great because that's going to prolong the game even more. If he gets this Drake, we're basically guaranteed that I'll be level 16 on Soul, which is going to be awesome. Okay, so we get the Drake. That's great. So now I don't have to worry about Soul anymore. We have Nashor's Tooth now as well. The problem being Yone has his Bork, which... a little bit of a stronger spike, if we're honest. Oh, you're fighting that? Maybe I can move to this. I think he's just dead before I get there. Let's just go back to mid lane. If he wasn't dead before I'd get there, I would consider running over. Mostly because the fight was happening in our jungle, right? So I have a pretty fast move. I wouldn't really be giving up that much to run for that play. Veigar could be mid lane. Never mind, we see him bot lane. Let's just push out the wave then. Be as annoying to the Yone as possible. Slap him a little bit. Q him here. A summoner has disconnected, you say? Slap the Yone again. Try to get our minions here. At some point as well, you want to start taking jungle camps as well. Because that's when you'll really start accelerating. Usually that will happen after level 11, because that's when you get your kind of AoE, right? So that's usually when you can start taking jungle camps. Walk up and slap the Yone a bit here. Gotta press the attack proc. Again, any harass that I can land on the Yone is not necessarily to try to threaten him. It's just to make sure that I cannot be threatened, right? Like, it's gonna make it harder for him to try to punish me. That's why we're going for this harass. Maybe slap the tower a little bit. He will get Q stack here, so we'll just wait a bit, see what he does. Does he look for me? He does not. Maybe I can harass him a bit then. Nice. We get one E proc. Maybe not worth it. I don't have a lot of vision on the bot side here, so I need to be slightly aware of that. I feel very safe because of this pink ward, but this pink ward is not actually keeping me safe, right? Like, Lee Sin has a lot of options to get mid lane through that pink ward. So very important not to get fooled by that, thinking it's very, very safe. We'll get level 11 here. Shoot. Like, I do respect the full send with ult every time, but like, even if that hits... Okay, Lee Sin is mid lane from top side. Let's just leave. Ward the bot side here. Get a nice deport out so I feel safe from the bot side. And now I can just hover towards the bot side, right? So I know the Lee Sin is top side, so I can now just play on the bot side. And I also now have a ward on the bot side, meaning that I'm very safe. I kind of want level 11 before moving to help with this, but I'm very down to go help with it. Okay, now we're level 11. So now we start playing the game. Now we're an actual champion. Lee Sin is probably going to look for mid lane from top side here. I would imagine he's going to show up quite soon. Either that or he's doing his jungle camps. I know Yone doesn't have Q3, so I can just walk at him. Nah, Lee Sin is here. He can't play this. I beat him as well. Really? I could flash here. Yeah, I will do it. Flash to kill him. Shove this out. And now Yone doesn't have ult. Or even if he does, it doesn't matter because I have my ult there. I guess my Teemo wants to just run at the Yone. We can maybe even take the tower here. Okay, we're kind of back in the game. Top lane is bleeding very heavily. Bot lane took a tower somehow. I mean, I will just pop my ult here. Make sure I don't die. Oh, it's AD carry Teemo, I just noticed. Okay, I can take my base here and then run bot lane. The most important thing about playing Kayle is recognizing where you're going to get resources. So I'm probably going to even... no, don't go bot. I will go bot. I will go bot. Get my boots, run bot lane. Okay, I will TP bot lane then. Like, I don't want to TP bot lane, but this guy is for some reason running bot lane. So I would really let he don't. Because I need solo gold and solo XP. Like, that's what I need. So I'll take this wave. And then we need to look at the map after we've taken this wave. And we need to monitor. Where can I go to get more resources? So I'm going to take this wave. and take the next wave. And then we're going to think, am I going to run mid lane? Am I going to run, like, maybe take jungle camps? What options do I have? And I think Scuttle Crab looks pretty good to me here. If it's up, and it is, so we'll take this. And then Teemo probably wants to go collect a mid wave, so we'll let him do that. Dude, he's trying to take my jungle camps. Excuse me. And back to collect the bot wave here. I could have ran mid lane as well. My Teemo is running bot lane. He should not run bot lane. I want to be in the side lane. Me being in the side lane is pretty nice. I can apply pressure. I can take jungle camps way more easily. I can take enemy jungle camps. I can drag people down here. We're good. But you'll see, we'll just play very, very high CS per minute, and that's it. Like, just get to level 16. That's the goal. Make sure that I'm not getting... It feels like this is warded, so I could be getting ganked. I'm going to try to drag the Grump down here and do this. Maybe I can get the Grump here. Okay, Veigar is topside, so I know I'm safe now. So now I can walk up to block a potential Q. So we just saw that they did Herald, so now I'm very safe to just step up here. Try to keep track of where the enemy champions are on the map, because that's how you're going to get, like, you're going to figure out if you're safe to walk up very aggressively. And I just saw Veigar and Lee Sin were both doing Herald. Yone is dead mid lane, and Nasus is top lane, right? So we know that we're good. We're safe. We just took a mid lane tier 2 because they sent everyone top lane. That is very funny. I'm just going to push out this wave. And then we're going to figure out where to collect resources afterwards. If he wants to E in, that's fine with me. I'll kill him. We get Drake here. It should be pretty guaranteed. I don't think I'm needed. We'll take our base here and then look at the map again and figure out where I need to go to collect resources here. So it depends on what my Teemo is doing. Teemo probably wants to base, in which case mid lane looks pretty good here because bot wave is very far out, right? So now I'm going to run mid lane, collect one mid wave, and then probably going to end up running down to bot side or top lane depending on what happens here. But mid lane looks the best to me because of how far out the bot wave is. And again, resources on me is what's going to win the game. Like, I don't care if that necessarily means I'm stealing them from my teammates. Of course, I'm going to try not to, but resources on me is what wins the game. So here, I don't care about this top lane defense. I really don't. I care about getting to bot lane here and getting more minions. Like, that's what I care about. So I'll run down here and I'll take more CS. Like, more than happily. I'll probably even kill the Ezreal here. Jump over this wall. If the Q hits, he dies. Yeah, good night. Oh, ooh, I misplayed. That's okay. I autoed the wave once because I was A-clicking. Well, we take his flash. It's not bad. We can shove out this wave now. Something is happening topside. I don't care. I'm going to push out the next wave as well. Blue trinket this so I can see what's going on if I'm getting collapsed on. Veigar and Ezreal could run down here. I mean, even if we die up here, it's all good. Why? Because I'm applying pressure bot lane, which means the enemy team is bleeding bot lane for making this play topside. So if we all die top lane here, I should still be able to get this tower. Unless Veigar comes down here to defend it, in which case I'll just start moving through the enemy jungle and mowing everything, hoovering everything up. Yeah, die on the top side all you want to. I do not care. I will go take the enemy jungle camps. There's a blue buff for me here. We want that, because we want to rush towards level 16 as quickly as possible. You can see everyone else in the game, level 12. Me, level 14, because I'm just hoovering up all the resources. Enemy jungle camps again. No, they're down. Okay. Then take this wave. Grab this wave. Push this out. And then enemy Grump camp looks up. So let's go take that. And then where do we go after this Grump camp? Maybe we go mid lane to defend. And then we get to collect a wave mid lane. Or maybe we base because we have death cap. Or maybe we take one more wave and then base. If a Q hits him here, he dies. And it did hit him, so he should be dead. Kayle does Kayle things, eh? Take that, and then leave now. Enemy team could come down here. Lee Sin probably wants his bot side camps. Never mind. Lee Sin shows mid lane. Weird mistake on his part. I could walk up and pressure this tower, but I have a ton of gold at this point. So we're just going to base for Rabadons. And then we're going to move into Lichbane next. This is what I've seen most commonly, so I'm going to assume it's good. Cannot really open through bot lane here. It's too far out. So at this point, we need to figure out where else to collect resources. Looks like my entire team is committing on the top side. So instead of trying to like run up and help them and do whatever is happening up here, I'm not level 16 yet. So I'm just going to run mid lane and collect the waves mid lane instead. Right? Like, that's what I care about. If they die top lane, none of my business. I'll push out mid lane and then maybe run up to defend afterwards. But again, my goal is not to help my teammates. My goal is to get level 16 and then just start 1v9ing the fights. Like, that's what I care about. Okay, there's a Veigar here. I don't think he has vision here, so I can't try to one-shot him. Yeah, that guy was paying attention, I think. shove out this bot wave as well. Something is happening topside. I don't care. There's a wave here that I can take. So we'll take this wave. We'll probably even take the next wave. Darius is opening here, which is a bit odd. And my Shyvana support has 100 CS and is pushing mid lane. So I don't really know what to do here. Maybe go mid lane, try to hit the Ezreal a bit. He's not watching his screen. I could flash on him here and he would die. I think just a WQ is good enough because it'll slow him enough. Yeah, good night. And then push mid wave here. And we're very, very close to level 16. There we go. Now I can base, get my Lich Bane, and then start playing fights. Like, at this point, level 16, right? Like, how is Nasus going to possibly deal with this? He's going to press W on me, is what I'm telling you right now. But I'm 3 levels up on everyone else in the game. So, like, yeah. Kayle does Kayle things. Level 16, the game is won. And we got here at minute 21, and we have, like, 12 CS per minute. I know 12 CS per minute is very unreasonable to expect, right, from, like, lower MMR players. But I want you to know that it can be done. It can be done in these lower MMR games. Why? Because they are so chaotic that people will constantly leave waves. So if you just focus on getting waves and matching one person, which means your teammates have a 4v4, that's good enough. That will put you in a winning position in a lot of games. Now, I will again say, Kayle has games where the game is over before she gets to play the game. Your entire team will lose way too hard, and there's just nothing to be done, right? Like, that can happen. Other, like, early game champions would have been able to do something in games where Kayle can't. But Kayle can 1v9 games that those champions would never have any business trying to even attempt to 1v9. So that's kind of the trade-off. And usually at the lower end of the ladder, that is more valuable. Being able to 1v9 games is usually more valuable than having a strong early game. I mean, I'll just slap the Nasus again, right? Look. What can he do? He loses half of his health. And now I'm a side lane threat. And now the entire team is sending 3 people topside, which means my teammates have a 4v2 down here. It's a win. And I can base here and pick up my Lich Bane and then probably go for a Void Stick afterwards because the enemy team is starting to stack Magic Resist. Or I can just try to kill the Nasus here. Or try to kill the Veigar, maybe. I mean, I'll just press R, right? There we go. Good night. Yep. Good night. And now Yone is going to come up here to match me, and I will leave again. So now my teammates, they still have a 3v2 down here, or 4v2. And now the Yone has to come up here and match as well, right? So you don't necessarily have to group up and team fight when you play Kayle, but you become so obnoxious that if you decide to go into the side lane, you'll apply a ton of pressure. If you decide to group up, you'll 1v9 fights. If you just, like, whatever you decide to do, if you're applying pressure, that's fine. Because the longer the game goes on, the more this benefits me. And now I'm 4 items on Kayle at minute 23. So it goes, right? We get the Drake. I'm going to slap this tower a little bit. I don't have ult here, so I need to be slightly careful. If I get put in the cage, I can die. So step back here and just be patient. Like, understand that any CC that hits you, if you don't have your ult, you are just straight up going to die if the enemy team has any amount of time to slap you. So be very aware of that. Don't get too cocky when you don't have your ult. But yeah, we're just going to take some resources here. Take some... Ooh, this is a bit... Veigar can be down here. Maybe let's just... Yeah. I want to play with my teammates at this point, ideally, because they can soak, like, for me. They can soak spells for me, CC for me, which means I get uptime. And if I get uptime, I'm going to just kill everyone, right? Look, I'll kill that guy. I'll walk up here. I'll kill this guy. Oh, I wanted to press E on him there. I think he was almost dead if I hit him. Yeah, Kayle does Kayle things, right? Yeah. Yeah, 3 autos and good night. And now we're just going to threaten an end. And if Yone comes back here, I think I kill him as well. My only concern is Veigar. If he puts me in the cage... Veigar shows here? Okay, that's the game. We just end here. Again, I know the CS is very unreasonable here. I know. I understand. I understand 300 CS at minute 27. Not something I can expect you to pull off, right? Like, I understand. But try to notice how just moving around the map and trying to combine everything, sweep everything together into collecting the most amount of resources possible, and that'll allow you to get, like, so many minions that you'll hit level 16 while everyone else is level 13 in the game. If you learn that skill in mid-game. Okay, so it was around a silver MMR game. I know it says bronze, but the enemy mid laner was silver, and I'm assuming most players on the enemy champ or on the enemy team were silver as well. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you want to see next in the comments. Or, even better actually, if you have a suggestion for a champion to play, join my Discord. There is a suggestions channel. Go post it in there and I will definitely have a look. But yeah, Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Have a good one. See ya. Bye, bye, bye.